Welcome everyone to the live stream. This is Decoding with Cody, and it's evening here in Germany as always, and I'm on here to present a big web of information that I've discovered over the past couple weeks. And if anyone is in the chat right now, please give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, and if the stream is clear, if you can see the screen, give me a thumbs up. Welcome. Let's see here. Who's in the chat? We got Maka. Welcome. We got Juan Francis. Thank you. Birdie, welcome. John, also welcome. Desktop Geek, welcome to you. Hope you're having a good day. Says you're from Cornwall, UK. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you. So we'll wait for a few people, and then we'll jump into the information. We got a very interesting decode today, and finally no decode on the Leave the World Behind, but this is still connected to that. This is more about Matthew Perry and the other connections I found between him. I've shared a bit of these connections in other live streams, but this one's going to be all about Matthew Perry, right? So, well, not all about Matthew Perry, but most of it is going to be about Matthew Perry. It says I only got 4 people in the chat. I don't know if that's right. Let me see if I can refresh my thing here. I don't want to start until I at least get some people in the chat. Okay, now it says 25. So welcome to all 25 of you. Thank you for coming along tonight. And I want to give a big shout out to Ruth Bates. Ruth Bates, one of my subscribers. She pointed out this movie with Matthew Perry called Fools Rush In. And this connected all the dots when she told me about this movie. It connected all the dots that I had already discovered. I didn't know about this movie, to be honest. Never seen it. I think I've heard of it, but I never watched it, never really thought about it. And then when she recommended this movie, my gears started turning, and all the connections just kind of came easy after that. So what I'm going to show in this video is how scripted all of the events have been over the past years, ever since the C virus came. And we're going to tie Matthew Perry into that. And we're going to talk about the Super Bowl in Las Vegas. And we're also going to talk about Elvis, who obviously is tied to this as well. Big shout out to Jurassic Liars on YouTube. Jurassic, Jew, Rassic Liars on YouTube. He's the one that is the top of the line Elvis information. But I can't make this video without first giving him a shout out because, again, a lot of stuff I've learned about Elvis, I've learned from Jurassic Liars. So go check him out on YouTube. I'm always trying to make sure I give the shout outs that are deserving. And with that being said, let's jump into this. So we all know Matthew Perry died October 28th this year. So let's just jump over to my slides. And the first things you guys need to know for this decode is the dates May 15th and how it's connected to all of the vaccine / virus stuff that's been happening, okay? So first of all, Clade X. Most of you guys know what this is. Clade X was a pandemic modeling exercise by Johns Hopkins University Center for Health Security, which occurred on May 15th, 2018. And basically it was a simulation of a pandemic. Now, this was before we had the real pandemic, right, guys? We had the real pandemic in 2020, but 2 years earlier, they were running this pandemic exercise on May 15th, Clade X. Now we're entering into the year of the X, 2024, because X is the 24th letter. And this, I think, is going to be important heading into next year. So 2 years later, on May 15th, 2020, you had Operation Warp Speed. This is when Donald Trump came out and said we got to get these vaccines out faster, and basically declared Operation Warp Speed. So May 15th is both the date of the simulation of Clade X and the Operation Warp Speed. Okay. And just happens to be that the founding date of Las Vegas, Nevada is also May 15th. So this is important, guys. You can write the date May 15th as 155 or 15/5. That is important because in gematria, in English ordinal, the word coronavirus equals 155. And again, you had the exercise and you had Operation Warp Speed on that 155 day. And Las Vegas was founded on May 15th, the same day as these two exercises, right? Or these two things connected to the virus, right? And coronavirus equals 155. Okay. So knowing that Las Vegas was founded on this same day, we can now make a connection to next year's Super Bowl, because next year's Super Bowl is in Las Vegas. Actually, it's in Paradise, Nevada, but that's a suburb of Las Vegas. So what are the chances that Las Vegas is Sin City? And again, as pointed out in the chat, Juan Francis, the 666 days, right? I guess we'll do a measurement, but we'll do that in a little bit. But first, I just want you guys to remember that these three events are all on the same day, okay? So we're going to be talking about May 15th, which is a huge day connected to the vaccines. And in my last video, I talked about how Elvis is in the genes, right? Elvis is on the genes, right? Do these vaccines have an effect on our genes, like our DNA? Probably. Elvis is on the genes, as in the Levi's, because Levi's is the word Elvis mixed up. Big shout out to Jurassic Liars again for that. So Elvis is in the genes, right? He is the genes. He's the symbol, right? But Elvis is also known for Las Vegas. And of course, you can get married in the site of Elvis in Las Vegas. But in my last video, I told you guys how Matthew Perry, he died on October 28th, 2023. That was the same day in history that Elvis got the polio vaccine on live television. He was the first person ever to get the vaccine live on television, the polio vaccine. And then Matthew Perry ends up dying on October 28th, which just happens to be Bill Gates' birthday also. I'm going to get into that in a minute. But Matthew Perry has a huge connection to Las Vegas. As I told you, Matthew Perry starred in the movie Fools Rush In. Now, this movie is set in Las Vegas, and in fact, it is set at the Hoover Dam. A lot of the scenes in this movie take place at the Hoover Dam, but mainly it's about Las Vegas, okay? And not only did Matthew Perry star in this movie in Vegas, he also starred in a video game called Fallout New Vegas. This is a movie about a nuclear apocalypse, which I talked about a bit in my last streams. So Matthew Perry stars in a video game about Vegas, and he stars in a movie about Vegas. And you can see right here is Elvis. So in this movie, guys, what happens is these two meet. They're from completely different parts of the world. He's from New York. She's from Mexico. They meet in a one-night stand, and she gets pregnant. She comes to him 3 months later and says, "I'm pregnant with your baby." And he's shocked, obviously. And because they have a kid together, they start to fall in love, right? Because they actually do, have a lot in common, but they don't know each other very well. But they randomly decide to get married because it's Vegas, right? In Vegas, you can just walk into the Elvis chapel and you can get married in the site of Elvis, okay? So Elvis walks this girl down the aisle into just like her father normally would. But in this case, it's Elvis who walks the girl down the aisle and gives the woman to the man, right? So this is a symbol, right? Much love to my girlfriend who's in the chat, Magdalena. Much love. I love you, babe. And let's see who else is in the chat. Hello, Elena. And it looks like she deleted the comment, but hello to you and hello to 22 divided by 7. Thank you. And Bob. But anyway, guys, we have Elvis and we have Matthew Perry and huge connections. Again, you can get married in Vegas. Elvis has the song Viva Las Vegas. And there's so much connections between Elvis and Vegas. And the Super Bowl next year is in Vegas. So, what are the chances that Matthew Perry died on the anniversary of Elvis taking the vaccine on live television? So, moving on. Let's decode this and show just how perfectly scripted this is. You cannot even deny this. Absolutely undeniable. So as I told you, Elvis got vaccinated on live television on the polio vaccine on October 28th, 1956. This was Bill Gates' first birthday. He was born exactly a year before Elvis got the polio vaccine. 67 years later, Matthew Perry dies on the same day. Okay? Exactly 67 years later, on the same day as Elvis gets the shot, Matthew Perry dies. Why is that important, guys? Because Matthew L. Perry equals 67. Now, the reason I use the middle initial here is because often you will see that's coded with their middle initial. Now, the middle initial of Matthew Perry is L. Does that not sound like something? Doesn't the L remind you of Elvis? So Matthew Perry's middle initial is L, like Elvis. His name equals 67. He dies exactly 67 years after Elvis gets the vaccine. Okay? Elvis Presley equals 67. Matthew L. Elvis Perry equals 67. Matthew L. Perry, 67. Elvis Presley, 67. Not only that, take a look at this picture, guys. Let me make it bigger. Take a look at this. Again, Matthew Perry dies on the 67th anniversary of Elvis getting the vaccine, a polio vaccine. And look at this. Elvis, 67. Polio, 67. Water. Matthew Perry died in water, 67. Reset, 67. A water reset. God reset the earth with a flood, with water. So Matthew Perry dies perfectly scripted with Elvis's polio vaccine and the number 67. It's undeniable, absolutely undeniable. Not only does it have a match with the 67s, guys, it has a match in almost all the other ciphers. Look at these words I have up for you and tell me that this is improbable. 67, 22, 68, 32. All these words have the same numbers. Now, let's bring in Clade X because I talked about Clade X. I said that Clade X happened on May 15th. It was a simulation, right? Las Vegas was founded on May 15th. Operation Warp Speed was on May 15th. Coronavirus equals 155, like May 15th. So if we go back down, you're going to see that Clade X equals 22, like Elvis, like reset, like water. Remember, the reason that I have the water up here is because Matthew Perry died in water. Okay? So, again, I'm just going to let you guys kind of look at that for a minute and see what I'm showing you, that the 67 years anniversary for Elvis vaccine was completely tied with this death of Matthew Perry. Consider that Matthew L. Perry equals 67, Elvis Presley equals 67, and Elvis equals 67, okay? Now, basically, because Matthew Perry starred in Fools Rush In, okay? So the movie is called Fools Rush In. It's all about fools, right? In fact, if you go back to the Friends episode, there's an episode where she calls Matthew Perry in Friends her drowning idiot, right? Or her drowning moron, which is kind of like a fool, right? And Matthew Perry represents fool rush in, right? And just notice that the word fools, let me go back down for you. Fools equals Elvis, equals water, equals polio, equals reset, all connected to this Elvis ritual with Matthew Perry. Okay, just like Clade X also has similar gematria. Now, remember that fools represents how they rushed into getting married. Okay, so the people that got the the V for the COVID vaccine, did they rush into getting it because they were rushed into getting it? What did Donald Trump do on May 15th, 2020? He rushed out the vaccines. Fools rush in. Do you get it? Fools rush in. And that's exactly what they did with the vaccines. They rushed them out. So this is why Matthew Perry stars in Fools Rush In. All right? So with that being said, let's get even deeper on this. Because I told you that Water, Fools, and Elvis is a direct match in 3 out of the 4 ciphers. Okay? Matthew Perry died in water. And in fact, not only did he die in water, but the whole ritual was connected to water and Elvis. But just notice that Elvis has 2 songs connected to the phrase Fools Rush In. First of all, he did a song called Fools Rush In, where angels fear to tread. This is a song, right? Fools rush in where angels fear to tread. Okay. He also had the song I Can't Help Falling in Love with You, which it starts out with the lyric, wise men say only fools rush in. And the movie that Matthew Perry stars in is called Fools Rush In. So again, this is hugely connected to Elvis. In the movie, Matthew Perry's character even says, I made a vow to you in the eyes of Elvis. Because again, they got married in the movie with Elvis at an Elvis chapel. Okay. So it's obvious now that this is all tied to Elvis and the water and the reset. And somehow the water is tied to the vaccine. The reason I think so is because the vaccine alters our DNA so that the water is not alive in us anymore. It essentially makes dead water, right? Because hydration is the key to all health. The vaccine or any kind of medications affects your water, the ability for you to hold water and for your body to assimilate water correctly. And I think that is the reason for most of our sickness, is because either the water is bad or the vaccine or whatever's in our bodies is causing us to dehydrate. Okay? Dehydration is the cause of all illness, essentially, and oxidation. So, with that being said, again, I told you, Bill Gates' birthday is also October 28th. So that means Matthew L. Perry died on Bill Gates' 68th birthday. Well, Matthew L. Perry equals 68, and he died on Bill Gates' 68th birthday. Okay? Now, Bill Gates is also very connected with the V word, right? The vaccine. But take a look at this, guys. Take a look at this gematria, right? Take a look at Bill Gates equals 156 and 57, like fools rush in, 156, 57. I told you that Matthew Perry starred in the video game called Fallout New Vegas. And again, the Super Bowl is in Vegas next year. And Fallout New Vegas equals 67, like fools rush in. Also, the Super Bowl is in Paradise, Nevada, which equals 57, like COVID vaccines equals 57. And the date of Operation Warp Speed and the date of Clade X pandemic simulation was May 15th. If you type the date May 15th out, you get 57 in the same cipher as Salma Hayek. Salma Hayek is the girl who stars alongside Matthew Perry, and she's the one who gives birth to his baby in the movie. So COVID vaccines, 57. Paradise, Nevada, where the Super Bowl is, 57. Matthew Perry stars in Fallout New Vegas, 57. He stars in the movie Fools Rush In, 57. Bill Gates, 57. He died on Bill Gates' 68th birthday. Matthew L. Perry, 68. And again, he stars alongside Salma Hayek, who gives birth to his child. And this is important. When I get to the next slides, I'm going to show you why the 57 is so important with birthing. Hello, Joseph. How you doing, brother? And hello, Kelly. I see you guys. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. I'm gonna get through this this rest of this, and then I'm gonna go to the chat, talk to you guys a bit. So again, he dies on Bill Gates' 68th birthday. Matthew L. Perry equals 68. William Henry Gates was also involved in Event 201, which is another simulation similar to Clade X. And what's interesting about this is Matthew Perry and Bill Gates' birthday. So Matthew Perry died on Bill Gates' birthday on October 28th. That day falls 201 days before next year's May 15th. Now, May 15th is it's the day that keeps coming up over and over. Remember, Las Vegas was founded on May 15th, the same day as these simulations. So what are the chances that Matthew Perry dies 201 days before the anniversary of Clade X, 201? William Henry Gates did Event 201 with the Johns Hopkins University, which also did Clade X. Now, another number to bring up here is connected to the Super Bowl, is we know that vaccination equals 666 in Sumerian, which is the number of the beast. Well, William Henry Gates equals 258, like number of the beast, and like Paradise, Nevada, all equal 258. Again, the Super Bowl is actually in Paradise, Nevada. So again, once again, pointing to this Super Bowl, and the eclipse next year is tied to this as well. So again, from Perry's death and Gates' 68th birthday to May 15th, the anniversary of Clade X is 201 days. William Henry Gates, 201. And just going to go over to the gematria for a minute, just so I can pull up all the 201s, just so you guys can see. You know, I mean, this is a huge number. The Jesuit order, 201. William Henry Gates, 201. The Pope's name, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, 201. Catholic Pope, 201. Catholic Mass, 201. Domus Sancti Marte. The Pope lives in the Domus Sancti Marte, 201. Order of Illuminati, 201. And there's a lot of, actually, Mitchell Clay, the guy who's the name of the character in the new movie Leave the World Behind, his name equals 201. So this is my list of 201s here, but there's so much more to it. But just wanted to bring up that number in the connection to Matthew Perry and his death connected to May 15th. Okay. Now here's where it gets very interesting, guys. So Matthew Perry died, again, October 28th. And from October 28th to May 15th, 2024 is 167 days. Again, May 15th, why am I telling that day? For those new to the chat, May 15th is the day of Clade X simulation in 2018, and it's the day of Operation Warp Speed by Trump. And it's also the founding date of Las Vegas, and Las Vegas is the Super Bowl. So 167 days between Perry's death and May 15th. 167 is important to this whole ritual because Elvis Presley equals 167, like Matthew L. Perry. Matthew L. Perry died on the anniversary of Elvis getting the vaccine on live television. In the movie Fools Rush In, Matthew L. Perry plays a character named Alex Whitman. Alex Whitman equals 167, like Matthew L. Perry. Again, he plays Alex Whitman in Fools Rush In. Now, here's to the most interesting part of this decode. I watched this movie, guys, and I saw so much symbolism for a water event with the Hoover Dam, okay? So remember, the Hoover Dam is close to Las Vegas. Just to the west or east, sorry, just to the east of Las Vegas. In this movie, they continually go to the Hoover Dam, these two lovers. This is where they're constantly meeting each other at, is the Hoover Dam. Now, at the end of the movie, I told you that the whole movie is about their baby that they had on the one-night stand, okay? And at the end of the movie, she's giving birth at the Hoover Dam. And she says to him, "Call the ambulance. My water broke." So what are the chances that her water breaks on the dam? Is that not predictive programming enough for you guys? The water breaks on the Hoover Dam, as if saying that someday the Hoover Dam is going to break, okay? And the birth ritual will be commencing. Because again, water is important to birthing. My water broke. And as you can see, I took a screenshot showing him screaming and her screaming, and they're giving birth on the Hoover Dam. Yeah, and so Joseph Aquaviva says that the Hoover Dam is 726 feet tall. Antichrist 726, Revelation 726. So the Hoover Dam, yeah, thank you, Joseph. The Hoover Dam is obviously going to be a big ritual. People have talked about this in the past, and I think this movie is telling us that exact thing. The Hoover Dam is going to burst. The water is going to break. And again, this ties to the vaccines also, because I believe the vaccines are dehydrating people. The reason for all bad health is connected to dehydration, guys. If you're not hydrated, if your body can't get water into the cells and take the minerals with the water into the cells, you're going to die. That's simple as that. Your blood is pretty much water. Okay? So these vaccines have messed up people's water balance. And now the water is going to break. Do you get it? So I wanted to do a few other things here. In the beginning of the movie, Matthew Perry starts the movie at Christmas time. Okay? And he comes in with a marlin. The first thing you see in this movie is Matthew Perry walking in at Christmas time with a marlin. A marlin is a fish with a needle nose. Do you get it? A needle, guys? He literally walks in with a fish with a needle on its nose to start the movie. You get it? It's all tied to the vaccines and water. What are the chances that that's how he starts the movie? And it's just like, what the heck? Why was he carrying a marlin? Well, he said he was in Miami, right? Because the Miami Marlins baseball team. So again, and also in the movie, I actually forgot to post these images. But also in the movie, hold on a second, guys. Let me do a new page. Let me show you these images, because I think it'll be easier for you guys to understand the symbolism if I post these. Actually, I didn't even download them. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, it probably does, because like I told you guys, all health is involved with hydration. If you're not hydrated, you're not gonna be healthy. So if the Ebola virus is connected to dehydration, then yeah, it's connected to the water. You remember that documentary called Watch the Water that was about the vaccines? There's a huge connection to vaccines and water, okay? I'm just pulling this picture up. I took this screenshot, okay? So here's Matthew Perry. This is how he starts the movie, Fools Rush In. He literally comes in with a fish, which lives in water, right? And it has a needle on its nose. This is a vaccine reference. Needle, taking the needle. And this is the first thing you see, okay? First thing you see in the entire movie. And the whole movie ends up being about water, and a birth. So the next picture I took was him wearing the Yale shirt. So of course he's wearing Yale, which is Skull and Bones, right, guys? We know that. That's where Skull and Bones is based out of. So I thought I'd show these pictures just because these are a few things that I found interesting. There's probably more to show, but again, the birthing ritual. And yeah, and Joseph is right. If you type in "watch the water," it equals coronavirus. So let me show you that. And it's the number I started talking about. Hold on a second. My computer's acting up a bit, so give me a split second here. So the 155, it's the day May 15th, right? So let me just refresh your guys' memory about May 15th. The very first thing I talked about in my slides was the date May 15th. Coronavirus 155, like May 15th. Las Vegas was founded on May 15th. Clade X, the simulation, pandemic simulation, happened on May 15th. Donald Trump rushes out the vaccines on May 15th. Fools rush in. The vaccines, those who rush into the vaccines are fools, right? That's what I'm getting from it. So all this happened on 155. So if we go over to Watch the Water, which was a documentary about the vaccines, right? I don't know if you guys remember that. But Watch the Water equals 155. Watch the Water equals coronavirus. 155 equals Freemasons. Another one I just noticed here is the episode, the Simpsons episode that Joseph brought up the other day that Julia Roberts starred in was called Funeral for a Fiend, which also equals coronavirus and Watch the Water. Interesting. So, sorry guys for all the random other names in here. I just typed stuff. This is not my normal thing, so that's why there's some random stuff. Like John Denver equaling 155 is also interesting. But anyways, the main thing here is Watch the Water 155, coronavirus 155, Freemasons 155. Okay. Sorry guys, my computer is malfunctioning and I literally can't even move my mouse right now. So I'm just gonna pause and go to the chat for a minute. So Joseph is saying that Masonic ritual equals 155 and ritual killing equals 155. Okay, thank you, Joseph, for that. But I'm going to get to the other big connection here about this birthing ritual, how it's connected to the water. Again, guys, if you guys missed the beginning of the stream and how Elvis is completely connected to Matthew Perry, and Elvis was the first superstar to get a live vaccine, here's a little refresher about the 67. Okay, go back and watch the beginning for all the details. So anyways, at the end of the movie, fools rush in. Matthew Perry is giving birth at the Hoover Dam with his wife. Okay. And the reason this is important is because of the number 57. Okay. 56 is an important number to coronavirus as well, but I want to talk about 57 because this is the number that I saw that kept coming up in this decode. So let's talk about the 57. If my computer will actually let me. It's not going to let me. I really need a new computer. It's not even like working. What the heck, man? What's going on with this? Oh, my whole thing got deleted. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. My whole thing got deleted. Oh, yeah. So I can't even show you the most important part. Anyways, COVID vaccines. 57. Okay. Vaccine. 57. Okay. Paradise, Nevada, where the Super Bowl is next year, 57. Okay. Matthew Perry starred in Fools Rush In, about rushing in to something like a vaccine. Fools Rush In, 57. Okay. He also starred in Fallout New Vegas, 57. Okay. He starred in the movie Fools Rush In alongside a woman named Salma Hayek, who gave birth to his child in that movie. Salma Hayek, 57. The reason that's important is because the word birth equals 57 in the same cipher as vaccine. The word birth ritual equals 57. Childbirth equals 57. Mary, who gave birth to Jesus, the mother, right, equals 57. Mother of Jesus, which was Mary, she gave birth, again, it's all about birth, equals 57. Okay. What else? Let me just bring up the 57s I have. There's more, guys. I'm just trying to remember it all because I lost my whole thing. Okay, so let's just take them. Yeah, Bill Gates equals 57. Thank you, Joseph. Bill Gates, 57. So there's more, but again, the phrase that Salma Hayek says on the phrase that Salma Hayek says in the movie as she's giving birth on the Hoover Dam is "My water broke." 57. So again, man, my computer's so bad, guys. So bad. 57. Yeah, see, it's not even working, man. Oh my God. Please. Anyway, hopefully you guys can see this. So anyway, I told you, Salma Hayek in the movie Fools Rush In is giving birth on the Hoover Dam, okay? This is all tied to the vaccines. Vaccine 57, COVID vaccines 57. Paradise, Nevada, where the Super Bowl is, and also where the movie Fools Rush In takes place, equals 57. Fools Rush In equals 57. Fallout New Vegas, 57. And Fallout New Vegas, Matthew Perry stars in that video game. In the movie, the girl who he plays alongside is Salma Hayek. She gives birth in that movie, just like birth equals 57. Birth ritual, 57. Childbirth, Mary, mother of Jesus, My water broke, Bill Gates, all 57. Okay. And there's a few I still missed here. But if you guys don't understand how big the 57 is with birthing, if you didn't yet, you now understand, right? If you ever see the 57, it's usually connected to birth. Okay. This is a number I found like last year, and I had like a whole like 5 or 6 decodes on this number. But this number I forgot about connected to this, but it's all about the 57. And what do you think the date numerology is of the Super Bowl next year? Take a guess, guys. What do you think the date numerology is of the Super Bowl next year? Because I literally can't even use my computer right now. I can't even move the mouse to show you. So the Super Bowl in Las Vegas is on 57 date numerology. Like I just showed you, Paradise, Nevada equals 57. Remember, last year was Super Bowl 57, and we had a huge birthing ritual with Rihanna. Remember, Rihanna was pregnant at the Super Bowl? It was a birthing ritual at Super Bowl 57, of course. Why? Because I just showed you how the 57 is tied to birth. So, of course, they had to have a pregnant performer at the Super Bowl last year. And now, this year on Super Bowl 58, you still have the 57 coming up because the date numerology of the date this year is 57 again. As a matter of fact, all three of the last Super Bowls have had 57 date numerology. Okay. So, yeah, thanks, Joseph. I appreciate it. I'm glad I remembered half of that stuff that I just remembered. But yeah, let's see. So, anyways, if you guys are confused or missing something of why I'm talking about birth, you're going to want to go back and watch the whole thing, how it's connected to Matthew Perry. Remember, Matthew Perry died in water, which is connected to birth as well. Another thing I forgot to write in there is that moon equals 57, and moon moves the water, right? The moon moves the water, and Matthew Perry died with the moon behind him. That equals 57, okay? The moon is a feminine thing. It's all about moving the water, right? Which is connected to the 57, and moon equals 57. Oh, yeah, I forgot. May 15th, the date of Clade equals 57 if you type it out, just like COVID vaccines. So, yeah, let me add another 57 in there for you guys so you guys can see it. The moon equals 57. And I just told you how the moon is involved with the water and it's involved with the feminine, right? So, again, does Super Bowl equal 57? I think someone wrote that. Let me check. Super Bowls equals 57. That's interesting. Because the last three Super Bowls have had 57 date numerology, all three of them. 56, 57, and 58 all have date numerology of 57. So interesting that Super Bowls equals 57. Like Illuminati, 120, like Illuminati. Yeah, so anyways, guys, let me get in the chat. Let me see what you guys are saying. What else was I going to talk about in this? I was going to talk a bit about the whole Biden thing. The car crash into Biden's what happened, you know, his what do you call it? His Secret Service car crash, whatever happened. So because my computer is being so slow right now, I can't even pull anything up. I'm just going to have to go off the top of my head and tell you guys what I saw with that ritual. So the main thing that I saw that Joseph put out if you guys don't know, Joseph Aquaviva 2222, go check out his channel. I'm pretty sure he put out a short decode on the Biden crash yesterday or 2 days ago. But anyway, it happened on the Pope's birthday, first of all. And it happened in Wilmington, Delaware. Well, Wilmington, Delaware, if you do the abbreviation, DE equals 145, like Catholic. Biden is, of course, the second Catholic president. And there's 145 chapters in the Old Testament, right? But what I saw was mainly the big ritual was that the car crash happened one day before the anniversary of his wife's car crash in 1972. So it was a ritual to go with Nelia Hunter Biden. Okay, so Nelia Hunter Biden. So Nelia Hunter Biden died in a car crash on December 18th, 1972. And yesterday, or the day of the car crash, was December 17th. So one day before the anniversary of his wife's crash, he is involved in another crash, right? Another car crash. The reason this is important is because what Joseph is saying here. The guy's name that hit the car is James Cooper, which equals 177. Well, James Cooper just happens to have a direct match with his son, Hunter Biden. Okay. Oh, look at that, guys. Hunter Biden, 57. But so wait for it, guys. So the guy who crashed the car into Biden's Secret Service equals Hunter Biden, also equals Bidenomics, which is what Biden is talking about, what Biden was at a Bidenomics meeting when this happened. So, but let me just pull up the 177 because it's the most important number here. Yeah, just forget about these two for now. But with this ritual, the guy who hit his Secret Service was James Cooper. The Jesuit order equals 177 also. New World Order 177. But anyways, Biden is coming out of a Bidenomics meeting and James Cooper hits his Secret Service vehicle. And Bidenomics equals Hunter Biden and equals James Cooper. James Cooper was the one who car crashed. And remember, Hunter Biden is connected to his wife, Nelia Hunter Biden, who died in a car crash on the pretty much the same day in the same place. I mean, this happened in the same place, guys. This girl, his ex-wife, died in 1972 in Wilmington, Delaware, in a car crash. And yesterday in Wilmington, Delaware, there was a car crash, once again connected to Biden. So I just wanted to talk about that for a minute because I didn't want to put it into another decode just by itself. So. Oh, was it 2,660 weeks after Biden's wife died? That's the Jesuit motto, Isus Hominum Salvator. So yeah, the 177 has been a big number. Of course, the Jesuit order 177 probably goes back to them, really. I believe there was 177 days between the two eclipses. So, and I think there's a connection to eclipse in 177, if I'm not mistaken. Does eclipse equal 177? No, eclipse code equals 201 and 57, which is again tied to, I was just talking about the 57, guys. You see how the 57s keep coming up over and over? But isn't it interesting that eclipse code equals 201, like the Jesuit order? You know, like event 201, and the eclipse is essentially the Jesuits, that's their logo essentially, is the eclipse. So, yeah, definitely something here. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. I think that's all I have to talk about. If you guys missed the meat of the decode, you're going to have to go back and watch. Definitely watching out for May 15th again next year. It seems like this is a huge day for them. Again, May 15th is one day after Israel's founding date, right? Because Israel was founded on May 14th. So May 15th is just one day after Israel became the state of Israel, which equals 201. So yeah, Israel becomes the state of Israel on 145, May 14th, right? And of course, state of Israel equals 201. If I can spell it. Sorry, guys. I can't spell today, apparently. Israel 201. Yeah, that's right. The current Pope Francis, is the 266th Pope, right? Interesting that the Jesuits equals 266 in reverse caps mix. That's interesting. Yeah, ServerBot, I saw your comment on my video about how Joaquin Phoenix played the role of Commodus. And of course, Joaquin Phoenix was actually born on the same day we've been talking about, guys, October 28th. I talked this whole decode about that date. And Joaquin Phoenix, the guy who played Commodus, remember the Commodus connections with Leave the World Behind? What are the chances he plays Commodus? And he also was born October 28th, 1974. Okay. And remember, the movie I was just talking about with Matthew Perry, who died on October 28th. Okay. In the movie Fools Rush In, okay, Fools Rush In, there's the birthing ritual at the Hoover Dam on the state line of Arizona. Where's Arizona? Phoenix, Arizona, and Las Vegas, Nevada. So this movie takes place right in between these two places, right? So, yeah, just so you guys can see the new people to the chat, you're gonna have to go back and watch. I can't re-explain all this movie and stuff over. Warren Jackson, I appreciate you asking people to help get me a computer. Yeah, I mean, I definitely need a new computer. Soon I might not be able to do live streams because the computer is literally on its last leg. So if you guys end up seeing me not doing live streams anymore, it's probably because my computer just completely died. Yeah, ServerBot, there was a lot of interesting connections to Matthew Perry and his last Twitter posts. I need to do probably a whole look into all his Twitter posts and just do a decode about that because I think there's a lot to talk about here. Yeah, I think that there's obviously a connection between Joaquin Phoenix, the Joker, right? And also Matthew Perry, right? The Fool or the Joker. It's kind of the same thing, right? The Fool and the Joker. And then Matthew Perry plays the Fool. Just like in Friends, she tells him he's my drowning moron, which is basically another word for a fool. Moron, fool. Yeah. I think Trump's also tied to this. You can't leave Trump out of this. Obviously, Trump was the one who declared Operation Warp Speed on May 15th. And if you watch Jurassic Liars, you're going to also see that he connects Trump and Elvis all the time. I talked about Elvis in this video. Yeah, birthing ritual at the Hoover Dam in the movie Fools Rush In. If you guys are new to the chat, please go back and watch the whole stream. And I explain how the birthing ritual at the Hoover Dam is connected to the vaccine and Super Bowl next year in Sin City. Again, I can't even get my computer to work here, but I wanted to bring up Paradise, Nevada, because Paradise, Nevada is where the Super Bowl is happening. It's just crazy, guys, because remember that shooting at UNLV a few weeks ago? Joseph, did you cover that shooting at UNLV? I need to look more into that shooting because UNLV is located. There was a shooting there a few weeks ago, right? I didn't look into it, but UNLV is located in Paradise, Nevada, which is where the Super Bowl is located. And interesting that it's going to be in Paradise, right? This is obviously connected to money too. And there's a whole connection to XRP, the cryptocurrency, and CladeX. I really wish my computer was working so I could show you guys this. Let's go to Ripple XRP, guys. So this is tying in with the new financial system and the money and the water currency, right? So XRP is all about the X, right? And remember, we had CladeX. CladeX, which was the simulation of a vaccine, okay? And just guess, guys, when XRP's stable release date was. The cryptocurrency XRP, the stable release was on the same day as Clade X. XRP on the same day as Clade X. XRP has been connected to money and chips being inserted. As a matter of fact, if you look it up, XRP, there is a company running on XRP, the cryptocurrency, that can connect the chip to XRP, and basically this chip that goes in you is you use XRP, right? What are the chances? I don't think I've seen anyone show this, and it's something that needs to be shown because XRP is obviously connected to the virus and the Clade X because they were released the same day. Remember, Clade X, the simulation happened on May 15, 2018. XRP had its stable release date May 15, 2018, the same day. Okay. So in case you guys know about XRP, maybe some of you even hold XRP, I think the eventual end game is going to be tied to the vaccine, which is probably why XRP hasn't really done anything yet, because they were waiting on everything to get even worse before XRP is even like used, right? So, I mean, what more do I need to say about that? Absolutely undeniable that they released it the same day as Clade X. And this all ties, it's all ties to the currency. What are they going to do after all this stuff goes down, guys? They're going to reset the currency too. And XRP is probably going to be one of the main keys in that. Remember, there's 3 X currencies. XRP is XRP is a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, but it's faster, cheaper, and it was stable release the same day as Clade X, the vaccine, the day of Clade X, which was the vaccine simulation. So XRP was released the same day as Clade X, the vaccine simulation. And XRP has also been tied to Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Okay. So again, Clade X, May 15, 2018. XRP release, May 15th, 2018. Okay, same day. This needs to be shown to everyone because most people don't really know about XRP, but just wait until it starts popping off and people know about it. And then it's already going to be too late. So, and just don't forget that Ripple Labs is all connected to water, right? Right? Ripple Labs is all connected to water, which I already talked about in this stream. But XRP equals 22 in the same cipher as water. Okay? XRP, water, Elvis, reset, Clade X, all equal 22. So let me just show you this. So again, I told you that XRP was released the same day as Clade X. And look at that. XRP equals Clade X, equals water, equals Elvis, equals reset. Okay? They're going to reset the money, guys. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see who's in the chat here. Welcome, Shyla. Welcome, Elena. Also, I saw you in the chat earlier, but just saying hi to all of you guys again. Yeah, there was a Jenga reference in the movie Leave the World Behind, which also goes back with the crashing markets. Remember the iPad goat, you can see markets plunge, and then in the movie Leave the World Behind, the black guy, he is a trader, essentially. He trades stocks and stuff. He's all about the markets. In fact, in the movie, he says the way he can tell a next big world event is coming was by looking at the charts at the markets. And I can look at the chart now because I do charting, guys. I know how to do technical analysis, which is another skill that goes perfectly with knowing when events are coming. And I'm telling you guys, the stock market is about to top out. Probably by the eclipse next year in April, we're probably going to see a crash of the stock markets, maybe around that time. And it's not going to be nice. It's going to probably go along with the event, whatever other event's going to come along with it. So, yeah, the stock market is literally looking like the same stock market on the Fibonacci extension that it did during the Great Depression, right before the Great Depression. We literally could be facing a Great Depression type thing within the next year, guys. So just be prepared. Anything else you guys want to share? Oh, I forgot. Thank you, Shyla, for reminding me about the 1977. I totally forgot. Remember, in this video, I tied Elvis Presley to Matthew L. Perry, right? I'm going to show you how even crazy this is. So Elvis Presley died in the year 1977. Okay. Elvis Presley died in 1977. I told you that Matthew Perry died on the anniversary of Elvis's vaccine. Okay. Elvis died in 1977, and Matthew Langford Perry equals the year 1977 in Jewish gematria, which is very hard to get a match with. That's the reason, guys. 1977, the year Elvis died. Matthew Langford Perry, 1977. So that's another thing I almost forgot to talk about. As a matter of fact, I think I had it pulled up. No, I lost everything I had pulled up before. So yeah, thank you. Interesting that you were born on 8/10/77. You were born right after Tom Brady and right in between Elvis's death date. Interesting. So is there anyone else that has any other things, or else I'm going to get off here? So thank you guys for watching. And again, if you guys are confused or just getting to the stream, please hit the like button on the way out as you go. And yeah, hit the like button, and if you would, and then if you guys would like to donate, there is a link, buy me a coffee link at the top of this chat. Once again, I'm very grateful for you all, and hopefully this stream made sense, and you guys can, come and watch it from the beginning if you missed anything. So thank you, Joseph, also for showing up and adding as you usually do. Thank you, Bertie and Mike and Brenda. And yeah, I appreciate all of you guys. And I guess we'll end this, and the next stream, I guess, will be in about 2 days. And we'll see what happens between now and then. We're getting ready to hit the winter solstice, so it could be some rituals. But thank you guys all again. As always, God bless you, and we'll see you guys in the next one.